Hey, my lovely beauties. How we doing? How we feeling? It is Thursday night and I am in my comfy clothing. I've actually been lounging around pretty much all day. You can tell by the title of this video that something interesting has happened. And I wanted to just take a few moments and talk to you all about it and kind of like fill you guys in, I guess. I don't know. As you all know, there is a lot of stuff going on in the world right now, a lot of uncertainty and a lot of fear. So all of that being said, it brings me to the point of where I am right now, wanting to sit here on my bedroom floor, having myself a cup of coffee in my mug that Monique gave me. And I love this mug. It used to have an S on it, but unfortunately with the washing of the mug, the S has pretty much disappeared. But I still absolutely love this mug because I'm really into clear mugs. I don't know why. I like looking at my coffee. I feel like, I don't know, it does the body good or something. I don't know, but it's just, I don't know. I like it, okay? What can I say? So, to fill you all in, yesterday I went to work. Well, let me take you back for a few moments. When I came back from my Jamaica trip, I reached out to my boss, which is what I needed to do, to find out if anything had changed at the university that would require me to be on quarantine or, self-quarantine, quarantine, whatever you want to call it. At that particular time, there was nothing, no reason. She said, no, just come to work on Monday. I was like, okay, that is fine. So I came to work on Monday. And of course, if you don't know, a lot of the universities, colleges in general, everywhere, I don't even know of any that are actually open, shutting down over the last couple of weeks. And mine is no exception to the rule. So mine actually shut down a couple of days before I was scheduled to fly back. So by Tuesday, my boss had come to me and said, we need to make sure that we get as much stuff done as we can. And then I had an email from the financial center saying, hey, make sure that all the bills, all the student credits and everything are put in. And so I was like, okay. So I was busy doing those basically on Monday and Tuesday, trying to get all that kind of stuff caught up. And then Tuesday afternoon, my boss was saying, hey, we're probably going to be closing down. We're going to be at a level 3, which means we will close and the staff will actually be, working, will not be at work anymore. And so just to let you know what's going on. And I was like, okay. And she explained to me that, we get paid during that time up to a certain point, and then we're allowed to borrow from our vacation or sick time in order to keep, funds coming in. So I was like, okay. So at that time, I was kind of like, okay, this is getting ready to happen, or else she wouldn't be telling me that. And then on Wednesday, when I went to work, they were in meetings all morning, and then there were a few changes in the coronavirus situation, like, what happens and how it spread and all that stuff. Some things have been said, and there were more concerns, some different levels of concerns. And so I don't know, I just kind of had the feeling that day, I don't know, for some reason I had like this gut feeling that I was going to be sent home. I don't know, I just felt it in my heart. And mind you all, I suffer from allergies really, really bad. And the whole time I was in Jamaica, makes me want to move there. I had no allergy problems at all. Breathing was on point, no congestion. I felt like a whole different person. Like it's amazing at the difference in how I felt. But back in SA, and life resumes as usual. I'm coughing, I have a scratchy throat, it's just the same old, same old. And of course, oak is at its prime, like blooms everywhere. My car was actually yellow. And so the doctor had asked me if I felt okay. And I was like, I feel fine. The coughing is coming from my allergies, but I mean, I feel fine. So one of the nurses, she wanted my temperature taken. So one of the nurses took my temperature. And of course, I had no fever. I was at 98 point, I don't know, 7 or 98 point something. I don't know, 98 point something. And so I was like, no fever, and so probably about 30 minutes after that, my boss came to me and said, hey, the doctor wants you to go ahead and go home. She's just not comfortable with you being here. She feels like, you need to be at home. Our protocol says if there's any coughing or any corona type symptoms, which the main symptom is fever, but any coughing or anything like that, the university's rule of thumb was to send the person home. So I was like, okay. And, my boss reiterated, well, we're all going to be going home like by Friday anyway. So you just get an early start. And I was like, okay. Trying to finish up some things that she wanted me to finish up before I left. And so it took probably like an hour maybe or so for me to get those things done. And so at that point, I left the university. And I felt a little bit weird. Like, I don't know, like not like I got fired or anything, but like it was just kind of weird that, here I am thinking that we're all going to be leaving together. And now it's just me leaving. So I was like, okay, and my boss was like, she kept saying to me, please know that we don't think you have like the virus or anything. So I was like, and I don't feel like that's what they thought, but still I couldn't help but feel the way I was feeling, because I was kind of like, man, like, but at the same time I was almost kind of happy too, because I was like, shoot, I'm out of work, y'all, and I'm getting paid. So I had like several thoughts running through my head. And mind you, throughout the day on Wednesday, I had like different levels of news coming to me about other things that were happening. The resort that I was in Jamaica is now closed. Just different things were going on. So I had a lot of things going on in my head. And so I drove home. I called my friend Diane, and, we chatted as I was driving home. And, and of course, like I said, again, I was very happy because honestly, my son, everybody in my family was very upset that I was still at work. My brother, my sister, like everybody, they were like, and rightfully so. They were just worried about me. And so having to tell them that I'm no longer at work was great for them. Everybody was like excited, like, yes. And I was talking to my friend, and I think because of the other news that I'd had throughout the day, that was just weighing on me and just a lot of stuff. But I was like, at one point I even told her, I just give up. Like I can't do this anymore. I cannot take all of the things that are going on right now. I just feel like just walking away from everything and just saying, screw it, I'm done, whatever. And, she sent me the cutest text. And this actually happened during the day before I actually left. She sent me the cutest text and, basically saying, don't give up. I need you. I'm selfish. I want you in my life, and I smiled when I got the text, because I thought, it's so nice to have people that genuinely care about you and are really concerned about your well-being. And it kind of took me to a moment of, just thinking about like over the last year from 2019 to 2020, like how, in my life, I've had so many disappointments with friends and, people that I thought really cared about me. I found, I came to find out that they really didn't care about me, or at least they didn't care about me the way I cared about them. Like, so there was a lot going on. And so, with all the things that were going on with that, like, it was just nice to have a friend to say to me, that she was selfish and she needed me in her life. So anyway, driving home, I'm chatting with her, and, I was holding a lot inside, because I am one of those people. I get mad because I always say no one cares about me in the sense of the way I care about them. Like, I genuinely worry about people. I will call and check on people. I will, I never want to hurt anybody's feelings. Even if we, aren't the best of friends, I'm still making sure you're okay. Like, I go above and beyond for a lot of people. And it's not a hidden fact that most of those people don't give a rat's bananas about me. So, I was just kind of like in like this funk, like, but I didn't want her to know it. So I kind of kept it like like I kind of kept myself on this level of being like happy, and I made myself sound happier than I was, and I'm really good at doing that. I've had to do that in my professional career because being in the position that I was in before, and basically in any job, I don't ever want to go to work and take my personal life, or like I don't even want to take what happens at work out to work. You know what I mean? Like if it's a bad day, like if something bad happens at work, I don't want to reflect that to other people in the workplace, or I don't know. I have to deal with it in my own element. Probably not making a whole lot of sense right now, but basically what I'm saying is I kind of like just kept it to myself. Like I pretended to be happier than I was. I never let on that I was kind of concerned about the fact that I was the only one sent home. And I was, and I don't know, it sounds weird. Like I'm not saying, like I know rules and I understand rules, but at the same time, I was just kind of like, it felt weird to me. So anyway, so I came home and I talked to my brother, my sister, my son. Like literally yesterday was like the day of the family. Like I literally talked to everybody in my family. And because they were all so happy that I was home, it actually kind of made me feel better about being at home. I was like, girl, just take this thing and run with it. You're getting paid to be at home and everybody else is at work. So don't sweat the small stuff, And so I started to feel better. I was kind of like, okay, I'm good, like I'm really good. So today was literally my first day of being at home due to the coronavirus. I woke up this morning, I had a doctor's appointment, and I have footage of me throughout the day, which I will put this somewhere in this video. I'll probably be at the end. And it'll probably be like in a speed up fashion or something like that, because I just did bits and pieces of my day. So my thought process for today was basically go to my doctor's appointment, come back home and just chill the heck out, have a day of rest, enjoy the fact that I'm off, watch movies all day and not be bothered by anybody. Well, left the doctor's appointment. I thought, oh, I really need to get a couple things from HEB. I drove by there. It didn't look too bad. So I was like, okay. So I ended up going into HEB and spending $42. While I was at the doctor, I got prescribed a couple of prescriptions. My prescriptions were called into Walmart. So I was like, okay, I need to go pick those up. Like I said, I really didn't want to be hanging out in any stores or anything like that. My son has shared with me his main concern for me going back to work is because of all my respiratory issues with my allergies, and like I just recently got over bronchitis. Like, there were like a lot of concerns that my son had, like, Mom, why are you out here in these streets, like going to work? Like, like you should not be doing this. And I'm like, well, son, Mama got a job, Mama's got to pay the bills, so I got to do what I got to do. I came home, and then by this point though, it was like I don't know, almost noon. And so I was kind of like, man, like I feel like half my day is gone. Like, what's up? Like, what am I supposed to do now? Like, so, and then of course, then other friends were calling me because I had texted a couple people saying, hey, I'm out of work now, I'm home. Because we have all been like doing that check-in stuff all throughout the week, like since I've been back, everybody was like, what's going on with your job? This is what's going on with my job. This, this and that, and what, and the third. We were like having those kind of conversations. So my phone was no exception. It was literally going off, like all throughout the day. So then I got a phone call from my boss. And when I saw her name pop up, I was kind of like, okay, what's going on? Today, I was asked to work from home so that I am being productive for the university and basically not getting paid to sit at home and do nothing, which is fine. I've never had an opportunity to work from home, so I'm pretty excited about it. I won't be working in my department, though. I'm going to be working in another department, which I'm not real sure what that's going to entail. I'm waiting on the information to be sent to me to tell me what it is I will be doing. In the course of us talking about me working from home, it came up that they initially were going to have me to actually come back to the university and work at the university, I guess, in that department. But the doctor informed them that because of all of my allergy issues and, in her opinion, like borderline asthmatic, because I have asthmatic type symptoms a lot of times, and I have respiratory issues basically, and that she did not feel comfortable with me working at all, like coming to work. She preferred that I be away from anybody that could give me the virus because my lungs were basically compromised with all the issues that I have. So when she said that, I was kind of like, okay, why didn't y'all say that yesterday? I felt like everyone thought that I had the virus. because that's the kind of impression that I got. Like, it wasn't really like, we're concerned about you. We don't want you to get sick. It was basically like, you're going home. Yeah, I don't know. It was just it was a whole different scenario. I felt different about it, but at the same time, I wasn't angry, because it's not something you can be angry about. I mean, if you're sick, you're sick. Like, if I had the virus, I had the virus, or, whatever. So it's not like it's a dirty disease and, I did something bad and caught this disease. It is something that's happening in our world right now. So, but I'm just being honest, open and honest about my feelings. Like, that's how I felt on Wednesday. So when they said that today, it was like, okay, so you didn't think I had the virus, but you were concerned about my health. So I guess that's a good thing. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just sharing my thoughts. I'm sharing how I feel about this whole thing, I guess. At some point in the next few days, I will be working from home, doing some things, which I've never done anything like this before. So I'm pretty excited about it, I think. Which means I'm probably, I don't know, it's going to change up a few things that I'm doing here at home that I thought I was going to get a chance to do while I was off work. But the next couple of days, I'm going to work my bum off, trying to get some cleaning done so that my house is in better shape. So, some more coffee. This is so good. Now let's talk about my feelings about the coronavirus. I watched a couple of YouTubers. Basically, I watched some of them while I was in Jamaica, and over the last, I don't know, course of the last couple of weeks, I was watching a few of the YouTubers, and, just listening to some of them, like how some people make comments about they didn't want people to think that they were cold-hearted about the virus, but they chose to continue their lives as far as YouTube, because like YouTube was an escape for them, and it's supposed to be a happy place. So, just because they were coming on every day and doing their videos, or, however often they do their videos, it didn't mean that they weren't concerned or they didn't care about the people that were suffering or the family members and things of that nature, which I totally get, because I feel like it's very important for us to remain positive. Kind of like when I said I was talking to my friend and I never let her really know what I was feeling on the inside, because I tried to be always uplifting to other people. Sometimes get angry at myself because I never allow myself to be vulnerable enough for someone else to truly care about me or take care of me. And then I get mad because I'm like, nobody care about me and nobody wants to take care of me. So I'm like, I don't know, like, girl got issues, okay? I like my YouTube to be a happy place, but I also like my YouTube channel to be a very real place as well. And so when I saw a couple other people's videos, like I saw one girl's, and I don't want to name any names, but because it's really not important. Like, it's not important like who said what or anything like that. But I watched different levels of the videos, like different way people were choosing to share their thoughts, their concerns, or even give their opinion. And some people were very negative about the coronavirus. Some people were very positive about the coronavirus. And some people were just kind of like, I guess, like not even sure how to think. And I totally get everybody's aspect. I saw some videos where people were talking about all the stuff they collected, or like, like different things. Like, people were doing different things in lieu of the coronavirus. So then I thought, you know what? I just want to share like what I'm doing or what I have done at this point in lieu of being prepared for the coronavirus. So while I was in Jamaica, obviously I wasn't able to, when I guess, ish kind of hit the fan, so to speak, when, university closed, it started closing, the kids were being told they weren't coming back from spring break. And so I was not here. So needless to say, when I left, I did not plan for, to come back and have the things that were going on. So I didn't have like any extra groceries or anything like that. Basically gotten rid of a lot of my groceries, as far as like, I tried to eat everything up that was perishable because I would be gone for a week. So fortunate enough, I have the best friend in the world, Terry, that she knew that there would be some things that I would need. So she made sure that I had a few things when I got back that would, get me over. And then on Monday, she and I went to the grocery store. We went to Walmart actually, and because I needed to get some other stuff, like dye for my hair beauties, because girl don't want to be. Did that today too, y'all, by the way. Yeah, honey, because I cannot be walking around with gray hair. So anyway, so we picked up necessary things. We did not go overboard in anything. And, you know, it was kind of a conversation that she and I have had. And it's been a thought of mine as well. Like, while I believe everyone has to do what they have to do, what makes them happy on the inside, like what makes you feel comfortable is what you need to do. For me, because of the way I grew up, I lived out in the country. I was always used to us having to be prepared for like winter storms, or winters were cold, like weather was different there. So like, I don't know, like I was always taught to be prepared. Like I'm that person that in my purse, I literally have like, I have a little pocket knife-ish type of thing. I have a little screwdriver set. I have a cigarette lighter. I have all of these things that I carry with me all the time, because in my mind, I need to have certain things if something goes wrong. That's the way my mother was. That's the way I am. So I am very much a prepared person, like, but I'm also a prepared person, like 24/7, 365. So having something like the coronavirus won't cause me to be like, I need to run out here and grab all the stuff. Because the things to me that are most essential, and I'm gonna go there, y'all. I'm gonna talk about some toilet paper. Like toilet paper. I've always had an extra amount of toilet paper in my house. Mainly because you don't want to be sitting on the commode and look over and there's the roll is empty and there's none in your little places that you keep it. So, you know, when I was a single mom, back in those days, if you know, I budgeted enough to always have extra toilet paper. Always did. So when I see people buying up all the toilet paper, I'm like, okay, I'm one of those people that like to be prepared, but I've never felt the need to have like 5 or 6 cases of toilet paper in my house. Even if we went way south on this and things just got real bad and like we were not able to get groceries for whatever reason, like if things really got that bad, why is toilet paper the thing that you feel like you have to have? Like, why is it that you feel that, you know, you don't care if you have enough beans and rice as long as you have toilet paper, when there are so many other things that you can do in lieu of toilet paper? I'm just keeping it real. Like you can wash your bum with a washcloth. There's just so many other things. I don't even want to go there, but I am going to share this with you all. I grew up in the country, y'all, and my grandparents had an outhouse. And for some of you, you might not know what an outhouse is. An outhouse is a bathroom on the outside. And it's not one that you push the little handle and you flush. It's one that's in like a wooden building, and the seat is wooden. There's not a real fancy like toilet commode thing. There's like an opening that's the shape of a commode, but it's just an opening, and all of your stuff go down in that little hole and it goes out into the earth, and like, you know, your grass is green and your trees grow because of all the stuff that goes down in there. So I grew up using one of those when I would go to my grandparents' house. And I mean, like, you know, like they bought toilet paper, but on a given day, like that stayed out there, because like this building was not like a fancy building. It was just wooden building. And so it wasn't like, you know, rain could get in there and stuff. So most of the time inside they would have like just packs paper stacked up. And so when you use the bathroom, you would use this paper. Now, y'all don't get grossed out or anything, but I'm just keeping it real. So what my grandmother taught me was that you take a piece of paper, and a lot of times it was a brown paper bag, because back in the day we used brown paper bags. You take that and you rub it together. And when you rub a piece of paper, like really rub it together, it actually, like, I mean, it's not as soft as like Charmin or anything like that, but it actually gets a lot softer and it becomes very manageable, and you can actually wipe your behind with it. Like, I kid you not. I did that for, God, like, I don't even know for how long. Like, I did it a lot. Like, I mean, like I said, we had toilet paper, but for the most part, like if you were outside playing and you had to go to the bathroom, because the toilet paper was inside with grandma. But if you were outside playing and you had to go to the bathroom, you just ran right on into that little outhouse, squatted down, reached up, grabbed your paper, and wiped, okay? So you know, it just blows my mind that people feel the need that they have to have, you know, 50 cases of toilet paper. If it got to that point, and I'm not saying not have extra rolls of toilet paper. I'm just saying, why do you have to buy out the store? Why do they have to have security guards in a store on the toilet paper aisle? Like today, I did buy one roll. It was a roll of Charmin 6-pack because they were limited to one roll, and there were associates in the store that literally were, they had formed a line. You got into this line, and it was like an assembly line. You know, they walked you through, and they were like one package of paper towels and one roll of toilet paper. I did think that, you know what, I'm in here. They actually have it. So I'm going to go ahead and get another package. I think I had 2 in my laundry room. So I was like, you know, I probably should have some extra toilet paper. I would normally keep probably maybe 10 extra rolls all the time. And so I was actually less than my norm. So I thought, you know what, they have it. I'm going to go ahead and get it. So I got in a little line, and it went fast. They had it very organized. I got my little 6-pack of toilet paper. So, you know, I'm good for a long time. But if for some reason the coronavirus, the situation that we're in now, if it totally got to the point where we were not allowed to leave our houses, we were not allowed to even go to the grocery store, or heavens forbid, the grocery stores were like, there were no more things coming in for us to buy, I would survive. I would definitely survive. Which takes me to the next thing, the need to buy meat. Like fresh meat, not like, I'm not talking like, you know, canned things that will last. And I'm like, okay, people are in the stores buying steaks and pork chops and ground beef by like the handful. Like on Monday when Terry and I went, like there was literally nothing in the store, in the meat section, nothing. I'm like, seriously? And then I thought, okay, my freezer don't hold that much. These new and improved fancy freezers are like a total waste of time because they don't hold anything. So I'm thinking, where are these people putting these meats that they're buying? Like, you know, I don't get it. Then I heard in New Braunfels, one of the places put a thing on their door or something saying, please don't come by looking for freezers because we're sold out. So everybody went out and bought freezers so that they could stockpile meat or hoard meat because of what? You know, and I ain't wishing no bad luck on anybody, but you know, we've been having some rainstorms. We're scheduled to have some in the next couple of days. Like over the weekend, it's supposed to be like an ugly weekend with rain. Let's just say we had a power failure, y'all. Yeah, what would happen if we had a power failure? Also, buy a generator. I'm just asking. I'm just saying, like, I don't know what make people think that this is what they need to be worried about. So in my freezer right now, okay, I'm not really eating meats per se, except for my 2 days a week. So I have mostly like vegetables. I did buy some frozen things, and I do have more than frozen. I have canned stuff because I wanted to be able to, if for some reason the power went out, I didn't want to lose everything that I had. So I do have canned stuff, and Terry got me some canned stuff also. And I bought things like beans that I can get protein from. I already had like bags of beans to cook, like the fresh beans. I already had rice, and then Terry gave me another bag of rice. So I have like 2 big bags of rice, and then I have some rice that's in the freezer, the ones that I get from Trader Joe's, the brown rice, and then the jasmine rice, which the jasmine rice is my favorite. And I really wish I would have stopped at Trader Joe's and grabbed up me another box of that, because that is one of the things I don't like to be out, because I absolutely love the jasmine rice. Like I can just eat it and like with nothing. I just love the way it tastes. So, but that's basically all the stuff I have. Like I have a big bag of chicken in my freezer, and I have, oh, I'm sorry. When I was in HEB today, y'all, I bought me a package of hot dogs and a package of bologna. Because again, I'm a country girl and I love hot dogs and I love me some fried bologna. So I'm gonna make me some fried bologna one day on my meat eating days, and I'm gonna have me a hot dog with some pork and beans on it on one of the days that I want meats as well. But that's pretty much the stuff that I got. Like I didn't go overboard in anything, and I'm not worried. I got some sodas in there. I did get 2 cases of water, or the 24-pack of Dasani water. So I have 48 bottles of water, plus the few bottles that I already had. And I was running low, so I probably only had maybe 6 bottles left in my cupboard. I did also buy some water from my Keurig. And that's it. Like I have like 2 gallons of water for my Keurig, and that's it. Like that is literally everything that I have. Like I bought some snacks. I have some Doritos because I love Doritos. I got some Cheez-Its because I love Cheez-Its. Oh, I do have potatoes because I tried to think practical. My thought process was I don't want to get a lot of stuff that would probably never be used, eaten, or go bad. And so potatoes for me, because I love potatoes, and potatoes are something that go a long way. It will fill you up and hold you. So let's say if the grocery stores, like if we went to the worst case scenario, I have potatoes. Potatoes will hold on to me. They will fill me up. I have things with substance to them. And that was my thought process. So anyway, I don't know. I'm just curious what you all think. Like, and if you are a person that felt the need to go out and buy like extra, and you were one of the people that were hoarding the toilet paper and you bought 5 cases of it, please don't be offended, because I'm not saying any of this to like offend anybody. I don't get it, but that doesn't mean that what you did was wrong. Because the thing about me is I believe that all of us, myself included, it's very important that I have my own comfort zone. And my comfort zone may not be your comfort zone. And that's okay, because we're human and we're all different. We all have our own DNA. Your DNA predicts who you are, what you are, and how you appear. My DNA does the same for me. Part of loving myself and loving you as a person is accepting you as a person, accepting who you are. So I am by no means trying to belittle or make fun of or talk down on anyone. I find it all fascinating at how we as people look at things and how we operate so differently. Like I'm the person that I'm always prepared. Like some people would totally laugh. So I got my own set of problems, okay? I really do. And I know people find it very fascinating and almost like weird probably that I do have some of the things I carry in my purse. So I'm saying that to say, y'all, I'm not hating on nobody. I'm just venting and chatting because I've been off all day. I was sent home because of the coronavirus. I found out I'm going to work from home. You know, I'm in this house and I'm by myself. Like like. So I'm just talking because I feel like I'm lonely. Am I lonely? I don't know. Maybe I am lonely. I don't know. I'm not like lonely, but like it's like, man, I'm in this house and there's nobody here. So I'm gonna chat to people on YouTube. I'm gonna talk to my beauties, and you guys can't talk back to me, but I love reading my comments and things like that. And so, anyway, that's where I am on the coronavirus. I am very, very concerned about what's going on. I know that some people have their opinion about whether this is real, whether it's a hoax, whether it's this, whether it's that. I think it's very real myself personally, and but I do think we're going to get past this. I think that we've had some pretty severe things that happened over the years, and we've survived it. Unfortunately, there were lives lost in all of those scenarios, but America as a whole survived it. And I feel like we're going to survive this. And, I have chatted with people that kind of, they're really not taking it serious at all, or like they really have no, how do I put it? Their thought process is basically like, I'm not even going to give it the time of day because we've had other things way worse. And I get that too. I can understand everybody's level of feeling about all of this. I myself, I'm taking it serious. Like I'm serious about staying in the house because honestly, what my son said to me was so true. I'm not in an age group for being high risk, but because I do have respiratory issues a lot, that does put me in the realm. I feel that, you know, I might be a little bit more vulnerable than the next person. So am I going to hang tight in my house? I am, most definitely. I am going to be in here chilling. That's why I got the things that I got from the store. And I'm going to be in here chilling, doing some cleaning, you know, continue my cleaning projects and I guess work from home now. But I'm not going to be out there in those streets. I respect that they're telling us and we need to do what we need to do. So, you know, that's my take on it. Like I don't want to get sick. Basically, I'm in. If I have to go out, you know, for whatever reason, if I have to go out, I'll go out. I even have a couple things I need to return. I'm kind of like, how does that work? Like, to return something. Because like if the stores are closing and you have to return certain things by a certain day to get your cash back, how does that work? And also like Amazon, I do have something I need to return back to Amazon. So I got to figure out where I can go to drop it off at. I think Amazon have like some of those little booths that you can walk up to and drop them off. Or am I just imagining that? I don't know. I need to research that because I do have something I need to return. So, but yeah, so anyway, the footage that you are going to see, I guess probably will be after this. It's just me for today, just how I spent my first day being on lockdown based on coronavirus. I don't know how long this video is going to be because I've been chatting for a while. It might be a long video, y'all. But anyhow, I hope this video finds you all safe and in a good place. Please, again, like I said, I'm not making light of the whole corona situation. It's a very serious situation. And I don't know the outcome. I don't know the answers. I don't know what's going to happen. But I'm staying prayed up. I'm believing and trusting in God that He's going to see us through this. And we're going to survive this. And there's going to be a day that we're going to be sitting around talking about it. And we're going to say that we had to live through a time where there was so much uncertainty, but that God brought us through it. And we came through it loving on each other and being the best we could, being the best people we know how to be. So I'm going to stay with that. And I do feel that I'm going to try to remain as positive on my channel as I possibly can, try to uplift you, try to bring you smiles and laughter. But at the same time, lifestyle content, I'm a realist. I do feel that I am going to try to make content that is, you know, over the next few days, I want my content to be, oh, did y'all hear my knee pop? Uplifting. But if it's a day that things aren't as bright as I would like for them to be, you'll know that too. Like, I'm always going to be sincere. I'm always going to be honest. I'm always going to be the person that I am. So as I sit here on this floor tonight, I would like to say to each and every one of you out there, whether you are dealing with this on a very personal level or just trying to figure out where you stand, or you have a fear factor inside of you that you don't know what to do, you're confused, just know that I am praying for you as I'm praying for everybody, and that we all will overcome this. We are supposed to hold each other up in our time of doubt. Where one person is doubting, the other person is strong, then you be strong for that person. And that's what gets us through certain situations. I love each and every one of you. Make sure you've subscribed to this channel if you haven't already. And if you are a returning subscriber, you know how much this girl appreciates her beauties. So far, I don't see crazy lines like they were showing on some HEBs, so that's a good thing. So I think I might be able to just walk right up to HEB and go inside. We're gonna find out. All the people.